Today we have the Barktec static training collar with remote. I'm going to show you what's in the box. We have the receiver itself with strap pre-attached. This has a little warning label here. So this is saying not to have it on your dog for more than 10 to 12 hours per day. And ideally, you'd move it on the dog's neck every 1 to 2 hours. You can remove this before putting it on the dog. The strap is fully adjustable. Next, got the quick start guide. We have the nice, well-made silicone remote. USB charging cable. Nice generic one, which is fantastic. So if you do ever lose this one, you'll probably have one laying around the house. You've got the soft touch points. I'll show you how these screw on in a second. These are a bit of more of a gentle touch on the dog's neck, as well as help for anyone that's got a really furry coat or a double coat. You have the test light and installation tool. So it uses this little hex here. And you've got the metal contact points, which screw into the collar, which I'll show you in a second. And that's everything in the box. I'm going to run through very quickly how to attach the contact points into the collar. These have a thread on the back side of them, and you can just start them off screwing in by hand. And to tighten them up, you've got this tool here. So you can slide that over the top and tighten that down. Just make sure they don't come loose. Now, if you do want to attach the soft touch component, what you'll need to do is remove these pieces, the contact points. Place the soft touch over the top here and pop these back in. Make sure they're nice and firm. You don't have to go too overboard when tightening them, but you don't want them to come loose when they're on the dog. So just give them a little nip up with the tool. I'm going to go over how to turn the collar on and off, adjust the intensity level, and also sync it up. So come on in and get a closer look so you can see what I'm doing. The on-off button at the top here. So we just got a nice little short hold on this one, and the collar is on. For the remote, we've got the switch, dog 1 or dog 2. I'm gonna sync this one to dog 1. Got the on-off switch on the side here. Just give that a quick hold, and you'll see the display turn on. You've also got the intensity dial on the side, so you can press up and down to change that intensity, along with the battery here of the remote. So we've got a beep button at the top. This is already pre-synced. We've got a beep with a vibrate, and we also have the static. So to test the static, what I'll do is I'll grab this little test light here, put it across the 2 prongs, and hopefully we can get that in shot. Press the button, and we can see it light up. That's just a test that it's working. Another great thing to do is actually grab the collar in the palm of your hands like this, start at a low level, and press the button. On level 2, you'll barely feel anything. But it's a good idea just to see what the muscle tensing effect is of the static remote, so you know what it feels like when you put it on your dog. To turn it off, just do a long hold on the on-off button again. And the collar's off. Now, if it does fall out of sync, I'm just going to run over the syncing procedure really quickly. With the collar turned off like it is, and the remote switched on, we do a long hold on the on-off button, and it will start flashing green and red. We then press both buttons on here. So that's the beep and the vibrate button, and now it's synced. We do have 16 levels of variation as well. So as we go up the levels, it's going to get louder, the vibrations will go longer, and the static intensity will go up as well. To turn off the system, we've already been over that, but make sure when you do, or you're not using it for a long amount of time, make sure you do charge up the collar and the remote and turn them off. Charging port for the remote, it's on the bottom. This Barktec static remote training collar is a brilliant solution for anyone who's got a different temperament dog. So anyone from a really sensitive all the way through to your very stubborn, this is a fantastic way to actually communicate with them. You've got beep and vibrate, and you've got static. Now, more importantly, in the static side of things, you do have those variable levels, 1 through to 16. 1 being barely a tingle, you're not going to feel it, through to 16 if you really do need to get their attention, potentially to save their lives running across a busy road or interacting with another dog that's a bit unknown at the park. Hi, it's Matt from eDog. Here we have the static remote training system by Barktec. This one's got beep, vibrate, and static. With this Barktec remote training collar, you've got beep, vibrate, 16 levels of static correction. You've got up to 300 meters of range. They are rapidly rechargeable, which is fantastic for both the remote and the receiver. The Barktec training system also allows you to add more than 1 collar, so you can have up to 2 on this one, which is really good. Makes it really usable. A really handy feature of this remote training system is that you can actually add a second collar. This means if you've got more than 1 dog, you can correct them both differently at individual levels. The remote will actually remember what level you've got for each dog, so if you've got a very sensitive dog and a very stubborn dog, you can have them set completely different levels. Let's go over some frequently asked questions for the Barktec remote training system. 10 to 12 hours is sort of the maximum that I would leave the collar on the dog. With these training systems, often you are doing it in sort of 2 to 3 hour bursts when you're going to the park or doing training in your backyard. After that, take it off, pop it on charge, ready for the next time. No, the system does not hurt your dog. When fitted correctly and for a shorter than 10-hour period, it's not going to hurt at all. I often will try it in the palm of my hand so I can see what it's going to feel like before I do put it on my dog, and it's just like a little muscle tensing machine is the best way to describe it. Using the soft touch does not lessen the shock necessarily. What it does is distribute it over a larger area and means you don't have to have the actual collar strap as tight on the dog. The receiver will work up to about 300 meters of range, which is about the size of a football oval. Thanks for watching our video, guys. If you've got any questions, please jump onto the eDog Australia website. You can email us at customersupport@edogaustralia.com.au, or the phone number is at the top of the website. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much for watching.